be not where you reside currently. We gon' teach you how to compound it while you earn it. It's that new type of money. That's a different type of currency. You can be your own bank and take the time while you learning it. Where you got to be is not where you reside currently. We gon' teach you how to compound it while you earning it. It's that new type of money. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. It is already Thursday morning. And I'm hoping that so far we all have been having the best morning ever. We're coming towards the end of our week. So ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This is your very own certified basics educator, Evelyn Graham, the queen of the charts. And of course, I'm happy to have you all on this morning. So I want to give you all a warm welcome. Today is Thursday. Trust Your Trade Thursday. So as we get this call started, do your part and drop it in the chat. Let us know where you're calling in from along with those affirmations. And I'm grateful for all of you who have already gone ahead and done just that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to acknowledge all of you who are already logged on and put it in the chat. Let me go ahead and acknowledge you. So let's see who we have here. Cleveland, Ohio. Good morning and welcome to the call this morning. Thanks for joining. We also have Minnesota in the house. My fellow billionaire, welcome and thanks for joining the call. And I see that someone has already said they're having a wonderful morning. Good morning from Chattanooga. That's Tennessee. So welcome. The market pays you daily. Well, I totally agree. And yes, I see your comments here. So once again, I see that you are the signal. Welcome to the call. Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome to the call. I see you. And also Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We know all those who are dedicated and committed to the cause. Welcome, Jacksonville, 777s. Welcome, and thanks for coming on to our call this morning. I see you, Cleveland, Ohio, Club 777, of course we are. Stone Mountain, Georgia. Good morning and welcome to the call. And I see Atlanta. Now I know what ATL means. So welcome, Atlanta. Welcome to the call. Euclid, Ohio. Thank you for coming back this morning. Signal, you are the signal. And I see Milwaukee. Yes, you're back. And I'm thankful that you're all here because we're here to ensure that we are going to change the world and we're going to do it together. So I'm going to go ahead this morning and do, yes, I see you, Virginia. Good morning and welcome to the call. And yes, we are going to do what we have to do, and that's to give you those reminders. So before I share my screen, just let me remind you that we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. So once again, I want you to do your easy part, and that's just to push the button. Let everyone know, your family, friends, acquaintances, and whoever you connect with. We want to share this information. We want to be shouting from the mountaintop that this is changing our lives, and we want it to change the lives of others as well. So please go ahead and share the stream that we're doing at the moment. So I'm going to share my screen with you this morning. I'm not able to share my screen. Can I ask host to allow me to share my screen this morning, please? So yes, as I get into the call, I would like to remind you all about our prepaid MasterCard, I know that most of us probably would have already had our prepaid MasterCard. It is our business card. And I wanted to just show you so you could be reminded. Thank goodness I can share. That's a good feeling. I can tell you that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share just to remind you. And that way you will remember when you see visually for those who are new to the call as well. We do have our very own prepaid MasterCard. And yes, this is where we can show you that you get cash back when you spend over $300 a month. So if you live in the United States, this is what you need to have as your business card. If you're outside the US, then your time will come. And, we just want to make sure it starts with the US because you all have that opportunity to be in receipt of those cards already. So once again, lots of privileges being part of this movement. And I'm going to go ahead once again, and I'm going to remind you that our expos are almost here. We do expos once every month. And this month, the month of June, it is going to be in 3 locations in the United States and, of course, in the United Kingdom. We want you to see and understand the importance of exposing what we're doing, because we started off with 2 million families to be financially educated and impacted. Now we are looking far, far more than 2 million families. And that's why we say 2 million strong, because we really want to impact millions of families' lives around the world. We're already having global impact. So ladies and gentlemen, do your part and expose. We have 3 locations: Jacksonville, Florida, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we have Cleveland, Ohio. Get everyone that you know to these locations. And you can see it's Saturday, June the 25th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in the United Kingdom, it's Sunday, the 26th of June, and it starts at 4 p.m. And that is UK time, local time. Now you can see our flyers are looking a bit different this time. Doesn't it glow? Doesn't it look like we operate in excellence? We have other opportunities that we want to put out there for people to see and come on board to change their lives. And we want to make sure they do it now. So yes, you're seeing Kingdom Currency, a token with a purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, you yourselves need to get on board and get others with you to come along. So that's about our expos. How do you get to those expos? You need to register, of course, for these expos. And again, guests go free. How do you register? You would need to go to your search engine and type in www.byobmovement.eventbrite.com. And once again, well, we got a little bit of a change this morning where I couldn't share, but let me just go back to a prepaid MasterCard. For those who are on the call and would like to register for your MasterCard, how do you do that? You would need to go to our website, BYOBmovementllc.com, to get your business card, which is going to be this prepaid MasterCard. So now that you have these reminders, let me share my screen once again. And this is going to be another screen. And I want you to see that we do have our BYOB Movement Worldwide app. So we need everyone to have their app. So I want you to see what it looks like. Once again, this is what the app looks like. You need to download it today if you have not yet downloaded it. Because at the end of the day, what it does, it allows us as the BYOB family, it allows us to connect and communicate with each other. And as Ms. Dar would say, it's having our very own personal Facebook. So if you're new to the call this morning, this is what the app looks like. You need to ensure you download the app today. So let's go back and share the original screen this morning. And we are going to move along with our call. So now we are going to remind all of you this morning to drop it in the chat where you're calling in from, along with those affirmations. And we want you to know this morning, if you do not know what those affirmations are, I will just quickly let you know what that's about. So it is, I am an educated BYOB master trader, anointed for wealth. I am the signal. All my trades end in profit. I am 777. And yes, you can go ahead and add to it. You see these affirmations, unless you're really doing it, you probably won't understand the the magnitude of what it is and how powerful it is, but it really is powerful. So once you believe it, it will manifest, and that way you'll be able to walk in it. So ladies and gentlemen, do put your affirmations in and say them every day. So once again, welcome to our live market analysis. It is our live market analysis call. And so I want for you who are new to the call to drop a 111 in the chat. And yes, I've seen all of you who have dropped it in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the call. And yes, I'm happy to see you all. And if you're new to the call this morning, drop a 111 in the chat. Don't be shy. And it's okay to drop it in a bit later, because I know the first time how difficult it was for me to put my 111 in the chat. So once again, this is Be Your Own Bank movement, the largest economic empowerment movement in the history of mankind. We talked about 2 million families when we started. Now the vision is more than 2 million families. And so we're towards the end of another week. What does our week normally look like? I'm going to give you the call schedule so you can see what the week looks like. So Mondays through to Thursdays, we are live in the market for our analysis calls. And I'm talking about this time, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have our live HFX, which we now call TBX, time-based trading, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if this is your first morning, then you'd have missed our 2 mornings, which is Tuesday and Wednesday mornings. In the evenings, we have market talks. And so on Tuesday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have our BYOB basics. And if you were able to come on Tuesday, you would have heard the voice of our lovely Miss Tonya Anderson. And on Wednesdays at 9 p.m., and I'm talking Eastern Standard Time, we have our TBX, or HFX as we know it, basics training, followed by our live trade-in. So our usual educators are Mrs. Nicole Morgan Walker and Miss Victoria Turner. They are lovely educators. You need to plug in and learn a skill set that is going to take you places. And then to close out our week on Thursdays, we have our advanced training, and that is BYOB Market Talks. So once again, the first Thursday of every month, we have Miss Tasha M. Dyer, our very own trade whisperer. And throughout the rest of the month, on the Thursday, we have Mr. Genesis Patton, our very own Mr. Patton. So yes, that's what our week looks like. And once again, welcome to Trust Your Trade Thursday. And as you know, we are going to, you know the drill, don't you? At this time of the morning, we do first things first. That's what we do. We go to our news. So ladies and gentlemen, yesterday was quite a day with the news, wasn't it? You know, we were on our feet yesterday in the evening at 7 o'clock, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There was just so much going on in the market. But let's see what today holds for us. Thursday, the 16th of June, 2022. So we know we go to our financial news sources. We look at 3 of them: My FX Book, FX Street, and Forex Factory. And the reason why we look at 3 is we have to really try to cross-reference, because what you find is that some or one or another news source may highlight a particular currency coming out with news as high impact, and another might just not do that. So that is why we look at all 3 financial news sources. So let's see what happens this morning. We do know as well that those red folders are high impact news releases, and they move the market. And of course, that's what we want. So just let me highlight this morning that we already had AUD news and we already had NZD. And I think for Eastern Standard Time, it would have been yesterday evening. And for us in the UK, it would have been early hours of this morning. So just bear in mind, we have already had AUD and NZD news out. So let's look to see what's coming next. As you can see on my screen, what you are looking at is that we have GBP news coming out, and this is going to be at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's a number of news that my FX book is showing around 5 red folders. That's a lot of red folders. So that's a lot of news this morning. And then after so much red folders yesterday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, what are you seeing? More red folders for the US. So today is going to be quite a lot of movement in the market. So US again, at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're seeing more red folders, at least 4. And there is no other red folders. So it's really GBP and USD that's going to be creating a lot of noise today. And as we go to FX Street, what are we seeing? Are we seeing anything different? If I may add, we're not really seeing anything different. No other currency pair that we need to know about. So once again, yes, we see US and we see GBP, but also these news are all already gone. So we just need to be mindful that we've had news releases already. And there should be news this morning at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Euro news. Yes, this morning at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Forex Factory, what are you showing us today? Pretty much nothing new. So we already are aware of the news that's coming out. The only thing I see here is JPY. It says tentative. Red folder here for JPY later on. So that's probably a new one. But other than that, we're aware of the other news releases. So ladies and gentlemen, that's what the news looks like for us this morning. Once again, these red folders have a high impact. And so it's going to cause that liquidity push, that driving force in the market. So once again, we are going to move along with the call. And as we do so, we are going to ensure that we all do our thank yous to our mastermind team. So you can start dropping it in the chat this morning. Those thank yous, because we are very privileged to be on board and be on a platform that's going to take us and our families on that path to financial freedom. So yes, as you put it in the chat, let me just remind you that in the mornings, the BYOB cash out strategy is what we use. It is a market strategy. It is price action with a twist. And so when you're new and you're starting off, we start you off with your 10 pips to cash out, but then we sooner take you to the next level and we show you how to get a lot more than 10 pips. And so it's about building consistency, and then you are able to develop and master the skill set. So you move away from just 10 pips to cash out. And then you see at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we actually have you on our advanced call. This is where we analyze, and it's tailored towards the indices. So once again, this is where you are looking at a lot more than 10, 15, 50, 100, 200 pips. And you're looking at a lot of pips. And that way, it gives you the appreciation of understanding market structure. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for putting it in the chat. This is Trust Your Trade Thursday. And let me say that big thank you on behalf of those in the movement, like myself and others, that we're so grateful to be together on one platform. And the mastermind team made it possible for us. So yes, I had to take a moment to salute the mastermind team. So yes, thank you, Mr. Gerald D. Rogers, our visionary. Thank you so much for the opportunity that you've given to all of us. And our co-founder, Miss Tasha M. Dyer. She's our trade whisperer, and she is our phenomenal woman, the creator of the BYOB cash out strategy, which is housed in the vibrator. And of course, it is copywritten. So thank you so much on behalf of us all. We do appreciate you all. And we are going to dive in. We are going to dive in And I'm going to be able to now go to the vibrator. Now we can go to the vibrator. So if you remembered earlier this week, we started off with a potential sell, then we did a potential buy. Yesterday we did a potential sell. Today we're looking at a potential buy on a currency pair. So we are looking at GBP/AUD for on a historical trade. That's one that's played out, because I want those of you who do not know the BYOB cash out strategy, I want you to see how it plays out. So yes, we're going to be looking at a historical trade. GBP/AUD for potential buy. So I will get you started off, and then you will do the rest of the trades that we're going to be doing in the market, live in the market. So we do look at 3 indicators with the BYOB cash out strategy. We look at 3 indicators. We have our stochastic, which is housed at the bottom of the vibrator. And this is where you see the red and the blue lines. So this shows you how price travels in this purple shaded area. This is the indicator of authority. It is our leading indicator. So it doesn't matter which time frame we go to, we look at the stochastic first. And to the side, to the right, you see some numbers, 0 to 100. This is very relevant when we are trading and analyzing our trades. We will look at that in a minute. And then we have our candles. So for a potential buy, we would be looking to see a green candle as price rises. On the 15-minute chart, we must on the 15-minute chart for a potential buy have a flat bottom green candle. It must be a flat bottom green candle. And of course, those dots that you see at the bottom, they are called our PSARs, and we expect those PSARs to be at the bottom of a flat bottom green candle. So let's start again. Our stochastic is our leading indicator. What do we expect to see for a potential buy? We expect to see that blue line cross above that red line. That's what we expect to see. And it tends to be around, on that 15-minute chart, around that 20 marker. So if you look to the right, you can see 20. So that means around this level, we expect to see that blue line cross above that red line, and that's telling us price is moving upwards. So blue above the red pointing upwards. And then we have the green candle that we need to have. It must be green and it must have a flat bottom. And we have the PSAR at the bottom. So that is why, as educators, you would hear us say bottom, 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 because we start at the bottom around the 20 marker. Blue line cross above the red line. We have a green candle with a flat bottom. So that's bottom number 2. PSAR at the bottom, hence bottom, bottom, bottom. So we analyze on the 15-minute chart, and then, ladies and gentlemen, we move to a bigger time frame. That's what we do. And this is going to be tagged right now. I'm tagging it because I need to be able to follow it. So now my bigger time frame is my 1 hour time frame. It's my time frame of confluence. So once again, I have to default my eyes to the stochastic because it's my leading indicator. And again, I need to see my blue line cross above my red line pointing upwards, and I need to see a green candle. I am seeing a green candle, and I'm happy because 2 indicators is what I must see on my bigger time frame. Only 2 indicators need to agree. So my stochastic is one of them, my leading indicator, and I need to see a green candle, and that's it. Okay, then I move to my time frame of entry. It's a lower time frame, my 5-minute time frame. Once again, I need to ensure that I look at my stochastic first. And what do I need to see? I need to see my blue line cross above my red line, and that's the case here. And I need to see a green candle. Now, on the 5 minutes, we like to have a flat bottom green candle because it just means it's going to be a smoother entry for us. So you would have seen before that flat bottom, there's a candle in front with a wick at the bottom. That just basically says expect a pullback. So when we see those wicks, we expect pullbacks, and it could be big ones. So it's better to look for the flat bottom because it gives us that smoother entry. So once again, This is that blue line cross above the red line and a green candle, and we got a flat bottom. And this is how simple and straightforward the BYOB cash out strategy is. So we would have just completed a potential buy on GBP AUD. We have just analyzed it here so you could see how the strategy works. If you've been able to follow me, drop a 555 in the chat. And yes, if you have any questions, any comments, or even testimonies, you can drop it in the chat. Now, this time of the morning, we implement. It is a time for implementation. You would have heard me talk about the call schedule. This is where we have our training sessions in the evenings. And once we have the training in the evenings, we implement in the mornings. So once again, I am highlighting the importance of the BYOB Academy because this is where you enroll. You must first enroll, and then you are able to learn with a lot of support, yes, and nurture. And then, of course, you have that power to earn. So you are in a position of profit. So ladies, once again, and gentlemen, we want you to know that we have the BYOB Academy for you if you have not yet enrolled. So again, we implement at this time of the morning. Let us get started because we are going to analyze our trades. Let us get started this morning. Now, I am going to take you to a chart, and I want you to take me through the process because we are going to analyze AUD JPY. And yes, we are going to be looking at a potential sell. Now, I want my pace setters. So for those of you who weren't on the call yesterday, my pace setters are those who do not wait for me to prompt to tell them what to put in the chat. You just automatically do it because it means you know and you're mastering, learning the skill set and mastering the skill set. So once again, I am going to be looking at AUD JPY for a potential sell. Here we go. Let's see who is going to be putting it in the chat. Let me identify my pace setters. Thank you very much. You are one of my pace setters. So you need to keep the pace going. Yes, I see my pace setters. Keep that momentum going, please. So AUD JPY for a potential sell. I am now going to put in my call price as you have suggested. Let me change the color here to yellow, and I am going to put in my call price. My call price, as you see, is 93.056. Let me put that in. And next, I have put that in. What's happening next? I need to be on my 15-minute chart, and I'll do just that. And I like the way you've said it. I am there, I am there, I am there. So yes, I am on my 15-minute chart. Thank you very much, my pace setters. I appreciate what you're doing a lot. So yes, I'm on my 15-minute chart. I need to see how many indicators in agreement here. How many indicators? So for those who are still learning, I need to have 3 indicators in agreement. Number 1 is my indicator of authority, and it's my stochastic, it's my leading indicator. And once again, I need to see that blue line below that red line. For me right now, that blue line is too close for comfort because it is right underneath that red line. So we need to make sure it's pushed away from that red line. So yes, that's stochastic. We need to wait on it. But we are seeing lovely red candles. And yes, I'm seeing the last candle is a flat top with a PSAR at the top. Thank you so much for putting it in the chat. I appreciate my pace setters this morning. So yes, I need to wait on that stochastic. Once again, it is my leading indicator. So what do I do next? Where do I go? I'm on the 15-minute chart. I've just spoken about the 3 indicators. They need to be in agreement or alignment. And we've agreed the stochastic needs to get ready. Thank you for putting it in the chat, pace setters. I need to now move on to my 1-hour chart. And I'm on the 1-hour chart. How many indicators do I need to see in agreement on the 1 hour chart, ladies and gentlemen? How many indicators? I need to see 2 indicators in agreement. And are you seeing 2 indicators in agreement? Drop it in the chat, everyone. Not just my pace setters, but everyone else, drop it in the chat. Are you seeing 2 indicators in agreement? Absolutely. My stochastic, my blue line is below my red line, and I'm seeing a red candle. What's that red candle telling you at the moment? It is telling us, you know, the market talks to us. That red candle is telling us something. What is it telling us? It is showing momentum. Absolutely. Yes, we are getting a lot of momentum on the 1 hour. We're seeing a red candle with a flat top, and there is the PSAR at the top. So we're getting a lot of momentum on the 1 hour chart. And we love momentum, don't we? We love momentum. Okay, so it means we have agreed on the 1 hour chart that there's momentum and it looks good. Where's my pace setters? What's happening next? I'm missing my pace setters. I need to be on my 4 hour time frame. My 4 hour time frame. So let me take you to the 4 hour time frame, ladies and gentlemen. On the 4 hour time frame, I only need to have 2 indicators in agreement or in alignment. And yes, on the stochastic, my leading indicator, that blue line has now pushed below that red line. And I'm seeing a red candle with a flat top, with a PSAR at the top. And did I just get a new candle? Drop it in the chat. Did I just get a new candle? Drop it in the chat. I just got a new candle, and this new candle is showing me that there is momentum. So this looks like a trade that we're going to get into as soon as our 15-minute shows us that the stochastic is ready. That blue line needs to push away from that red line. So, ladies and gentlemen, can you drop in the chat the reasons why I would have taken this trade? Now, you can see something on my chart, something else that supported my decision. What was that something else? Anyone wants to drop it in the chat? My harmonic scanner was that something else. So my harmonic scanner helped me to make the decision to look at 𝐴UDJPY this morning. Can you see how powerful our tools are? They're really, really powerful. Oh, wow. I was just about to get to that. The news. Did you notice when I started to talk about the news, I made reference to the fact that AUD, we already had news on it, and we already had news on NZD. So yes, we've had news already. So I don't need to worry about news now. We've already had news. So once again, I went to the harmonic scanner for 𝐴UDJPY. So on my harmonic scanner, I went and I saw 2 time frames, but just let's go to the 1 hour. Yeah, I love that. I love that. So yeah, I do that too. I get excited actually. So I'm going to look for 𝐴UDJPY on the 1 hour, so you can see what I was seeing. So I'm on the 4 hour. I need to be on the 1 hour, sorry. Okay, so 𝐴UDJPY. Okay, can you see what's been happening? It's been selling, and we've just hit idea goal 3. But the good news is, once we still line up on all our time frames, we should still be able to catch some pips. So since we started this morning, 𝐴UDJPY has just been selling, and we want to know that we can get into this trade. So ladies and gentlemen, 𝐴UDJPY. So now we see the reasons why we're looking at 𝐴UDJPY. We are already in agreement. We got the support from the news. We got the support from the harmonic scanner. Bigger time frames are showing us momentum. What do we do now? We're going to now check to see if we can get into this trade. So we're going to do top down right now. 4 hour is looking great. 1 hour is looking great. I'm getting excited now. 15 minutes, I see that pointing down. That blue line is pointing down a bit more now. So 15 minutes look ready. Let's go to 5 minutes. 5 minutes, okay. We need to wait a little teeny bit longer because we need to see that blue line push below that red line. And then we are okay to jump in AUD JPY for a potential sell. Remember, this should be safe because the one thing I know is that AUD news is gone. We also had JPY. It did say JPY is tentative, but I think we're rather safe to be in a JPY, AUD JPY trade. Harmonic scanner is also supporting that. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, AUD JPY, just let's wait for that blue line to push below that red line on the 5-minute chart. And remember, we like to get a red candle with a flat top. And then what I can also do for you as well is put in some more support and resistance lines, which I can do for you now. And this is going to be a blue line because we call it our psychological levels, don't we? So let me put in some psychological levels. Pace setters, drop in the values for our psychological levels, please. So we are currently at 92529, around there. What's my next psychological level or support and resistance level? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, please. Let's see who is. Okay, so not 92657 for our psychological level or next support and resistance line. Not 92600. Do we know what are? Okay. One more try, pace setters. No, 250 is correct, and I will put that in, but there is one before the 250. Anyone wants to correct 92.500, which is our midpoint psychological level. So I'm putting that in. So now that I'm at this point, if I can break this level, and I mean the body of the candle would need to break it, then you can safely get in and collect your pips. Once again, stochastic needs to push below that red line. We need to break this psychological level. So let me put in the next one, which you gave me. Thank you very much for putting it in the chat. It's 92.250. So we have another psychological level there. So once again, can you see us breaking that psychological level at the moment? But just wait for that extra push for that blue line to go below the red line. That's a trade you can get into. And actually, let me put another psychological level in, just so you know you can get in and trade AUD JPY. So the next level is 92000, which is at a major support and resistance level. So ladies and gentlemen, this is AUD JPY for a potential sell. We want to catch those pips. So we are going to be looking to trade this shortly. But let's look at another currency pair once again so we can get more pips today in the market. My currency pair is, no surprise, NZD JPY. Once again, AUD news has gone, NZD news has gone as well. So let's analyze. Now, who are the pace setters this morning? Drop it in the chat. Pace setters, where are you? Where are you? Let me just pause it right there to get the call price. Okay, so I'm going to put my call price in as instructed. And I'm changing my color to yellow because I want to make sure you're not confused. And I'm going to put in the call price details, 83.151. Okay, so I have my call price in, which is, you know, my call price is always at a support and resistance level in the market. So you can see I'm at my call price now. Yes, I put it in. 15-minute chart. Let me get on that quickly. The sooner we can get this done, the quicker we can get to seeing some profit. So I've released my pause. Okay. Yeah, and I'm on my 15 minutes. I did follow the instructions. So what's next? I need to look at my stochastic, and it's looking like the AUD JPY stochastic, isn't it? So yes, that blue line is pushed away from that red line. I'm getting a red candle with a flat top, and the P's are at the top. Help me quickly go on to the next step. Correct. So yes, everything is lined up on my 15. Yes, I need to jump to my 1 hour. So this is quick now. What's happening on my 1 hour? I need to have two indicators in agreement or in alignment. And what am I seeing? Yes, I'm seeing my two indicators in agreement or in alignment. So my stochastic, which is my leading indicator, that blue line is below that red line pointing downwards. And I'm getting a red candle. And that red candle is showing momentum. PSR on top. So there's momentum on the 1 hour time frame. Help me. Thank you. I'm on my 4 hour. I'm following you this morning. What is happening on my 4 hour? Momentum again. Thank you. So my stochastic, once again, my blue line has crossed below my red line. I'm seeing a red candle and there is momentum. Remember, I do not have to have a flat top on my bigger time frames. But if I do for a potential sell and PSR on top as well, it simply means more momentum for us for that sell. So once again, my reasons for getting into 𝐤𝐨𝐬𝐵. We are getting the support from the fact that we have a new candle with a flat top. So there is momentum for a potential sell. We're getting support from also another tool. Now, for those who are new, yes, the harmonic scanner, correct. The harmonic scanner is a tool that we use along with the vibrator to help us see the potential for a trade setup much better. So yes, I would have gone to the harmonic scanner. And yes, the 4 hour is actually in a sell for the harmonic scanner. And that's because the 15 minutes and the 1 hour has already played out. So yes, the 4 hour is still in a sell. So let me just go to the 4 hour time frame and I'm going to look at 𝐤𝐨𝐽PY. So let me show you what I did. I want you all to see how powerful these tools are. And that's why it's so important when I talk about being part of the academy. You need to have your tools, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you enroll, because you get these tools. So once again, as you can see, idea goal 1, 82.47392, idea goal 2, 81.70851, idea goal 3, 80.48. And like I said, on the 1 hour, the sell already took place on the 1 hour and also on the 15 minutes. And as you see, we're continuing to sell. And that's because we know news came out, and that's a factor that, we get that liquidity push in the market. So once again, that's harmonic scanner giving us some support on 𝐤𝐨𝐽PY. So you can see we're looking good on the 4 hour chart. You now know the reasons why we got into 𝐤𝐨𝐽PY. We don't do things halfway or by guesswork. We are educated traders because we are going to be profitable traders. So once again, you can see on the harmonic scanner, a harmonic pattern for a potential sell. And now we're on the 4 hour vibrator, our premier tool. We are looking good for a potential sell. Now, my pace setters did not drop it in the chat what I need to do next. But maybe by next week, you'll get a better hang of what we're doing here. So yes, I need to do my top-down analysis, and I need to start with my 4 hour and move downwards. And we're all happy with what's on the 4 hour time frame. So I'm going to top down, and I'm going to look at my 1 hour. That is still looking good. My 15 minutes was pushing down a little bit before. It's not pushing away as we would like it at this minute. So I would like it to push away again a little bit more for us to get into the 𝐤𝐨𝐽PY trade. So let's wait for that little push on that blue line to push a little bit more downwards away from that red line. It might even pull back a bit in order to push down. So that's expected. So once again, that's our 15-minute chart. We would rather wait a little bit more on the stochastic on the 15 minutes. We might get a bit of a pullback first in order for it to push down. So once again, we're waiting for the 15-minute stochastic. And of course, that must be in alignment before we look at the 5 minutes. So like I said, it's likely we will get a little bit of a pullback first before we push down. So you can see on the 5 minutes, this is what it's showing us. We're getting a little bit of a pullback first. And once again, 15 minutes must be ready. And then when we come back to the 5 minutes, we need to see that blue line push below the red line. We need a red candle, preferably with a flat top. And then we know that once the 15 minutes is ready and the 5 minutes is ready, we can safely get into 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐞 and we can cash out today. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how we analyze 𝐦𝐨𝐵𝐽PY for a potential sell. Now, if you've been able to follow me, thank you for putting it in the chat. Pace setters, thank you very much. Put those 555s in the chat. It means that you yourselves will be able to help others soon. And if you're not already helping others. So yes, drop your 555 in the chat. Any questions, any comments? And we also take testimonies as well. So we are going to just check to see those who have been cashing out. Those who have been cashing out, can you put your 777s in the chat for me, please? Because I see how well you are learning the BYOB cash out strategy. It means you should really be cashing out. Yes, put your 777s in the chat. It's very actually motivating for us. So I see quite a few 777s in the chat. Thank you for dropping in your 777s in the chat. Thank you so much. Okay. And that really means a lot because, wow, that really means a lot because at the end of the day, this is a skill set. And it's one that is going to make you very, very independent and less dependent on any other job that you do. So we want to see those 777s in the chat. It's great to have those 777s in the chat. Thank you very much for putting it in the chat. And now we are going to move along and we are going to look at another currency pair. So we did mention earlier that AUD had news, NZD had news. Let's see what other currency pair we can look at. So here we are. We had Euro news not long ago, I believe. It came out at, okay, so maybe not on that one, but we did have Euro news that came out or should have come out. So we should have some movement, but in the interim, let's see what's happening. Euro JPY. So we have Euro JPY and we're going to analyze this one together, okay? And I want you to get us started. Remember, pace setters, you're the ones that set the pace and I will follow. So here we are. We are going to look at Euro JPY. So there it is. I'm going to pause it. Thank you very much. And I'm going to put my call price in. And here is my call price, 138095. So my call price, 095. Okay, 15-minute chart. I'm on my 15-minute chart. Okay, I need to look at my stochastic. Okay, I'm looking at my stochastic and I see my blue line push above my red line. I'm also seeing a formation of a little green candle and I see my PSAR at the top. So yes, thank you for putting it in. Stochastic, candle, and PSAR. All three need to be in agreement or in alignment. So what am I seeing here? I am seeing three indicators, but are they in agreement or alignment? Drop it in the chat. And if they're not in agreement or in alignment, let us know what you want us to see on the 15-minute chart. Let us know what you want us to see on the 15-minute chart. I won't be telling you. I need you to tell me. Pace setters, where are you? Yes, I need to see my blue below my red. So that is correct. Thank you. Yes, I need to see a red candle with a flat top. That is a must on my 15-minute chart. That is correct. Okay, anything else? PSAR on top. And yes, my PSAR is on top. So yes, those are my 3 indicators that must be in agreement on the 15-minute chart or in alignment. So I need all 3, and I'm only getting 2. My leading indicator, my leader, my indicator of authority is clearly not doing what it should do. So that blue line needs to be pushing below that red line. So we clearly are not ready on the 15-minute chart, but at the end of the day, we still can analyze. So take me to the next step, 1 hour chart. Okay, let's move to the 1 hour chart. What are we seeing? We need to have 2 indicators in agreement or in alignment. Thank you for putting it in, pace setters. What am I seeing? I'm seeing my blue line push below my red line, and that's what I want to see. Thank you for putting it in the chat. I need to have 2 indicators in agreement, and I need to see my blue line push below my red line pointing downwards, and that is happening when I look at my stochastic. And I'm also seeing a red candle, which is what I need to see. However, if I'm also getting as bonus, it doesn't need to be a must, but if I get it as a bonus, a flat top red candle and PSAR at the top, it means I'm seeing momentum to the downside. So 1 hour is looking absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I don't need to stay here for much longer. I need to move to the 4 hour time frame. Yeah, what am I seeing on the 4 hour? Drop it in the chat. Is this what you want me to see on the 4 hour time frame? Euro JPY potential sell. Is this what you want me to see on the 4 hour time frame? Drop it in the chat. Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, fair enough. You would wait a bit. Okay, yes. So for some of us, you'll be happy to wait a little bit just to get that a bit more push down. And as you can see, the call price, you could break the call price as well. So you're happy to wait a little because that call price is not just there for call price sake. It's there to represent that it's at a level in the market, which we call support and resistance, which we need to break. So yeah, we would need to break that call price, break that level of support and resistance in the market. So ladies, once again, it's looking better on the 4 hour in that the blue line is trying to push down some more. I can see it literally pushing down some more now. So, okay, if we want to wait a little bit more, that's fine. And so on the 4 hour, let us just make all the reasons why, or the rationale behind why we looked at Euro JPY. So you can name them in the comments. Euro, we got news, that's 1. Anything else? See, I'm waiting for that blue line to continue pushing down as well. So yes, we looked at news, that's 1. I got support from the harmonic scanner, that's 2. So let's just run to the harmonic scanner, Euro JPY. So of course it played out on the 15 minutes, and it also played out on the 1 hour. So we can check the 4 hour on the harmonic scanner for a sell. So that's Euro JPY. So let's find Euro JPY. Okay, I'm on the right time frame here. So Euro JPY, let's find it. Okay, Euro JPY. There you are. Couldn't see you for a moment. So you can see on the 4 hour Euro JPY is still in that sell. It played out on the 15 minutes already, and it played out on the 1 hour. So we're still pushing down on the 4 hour. So ladies and gentlemen, that's Euro JPY. Let's get back to the vibrator, our premier tool. So, okay, we're happy to wait a little bit more on the 4 hour stochastic. And what are we meant to do now? So we agreed that we looked at the news. News has gone. We agreed that we are getting support from the harmonic scanner. We are getting momentum on the 4-hour candle. So now we see why we've taken the trade. We have a good reason. It's more than one reasons why we went in for Euro JPY. So let's just get down. We're going to top down. So yes, 1 hour time frame. Once again, 1 hour time frame. We're looking good. 15 minutes. Let's see if we're pushing. No, so we need to wait for the 15-minute chart. So I guess when the 15-minute chart gets ready, hopefully our 4-hour stochastic will push down some more. So once again, our 15-minute chart needs to get ready as well. So we need to wait for that 15-minute chart. So we're going to wait. And what's my next step? I'm moving away from the 15-minute chart now. What's my next step? Put it in the chat. My 5-minute chart is my time frame for entry. So let's just see what's happening. Once again, I did mention it's likely we're going to get that pullback before we get that push down. So when the 15-minute is ready, well, we need to get the stochastic ready as well on the 4-hour. So we need that push down to see that push down. We also need our 15 minutes to get ready as well. And the 5 minutes, as you see, the stochastic, we need to see that blue line push below that red line. And we need to see a red candle, preferably with a flat top. So then we need to see all time frames in agreement. We do not trade just off one time frame, not 2 time frames. We trade and we make sure all the time frames are in agreement. So we are waiting for the 4-hour. I don't think we have a long wait anyhow, but we are waiting for the 4-hour. Our 1 hour is already looking good. We're waiting for the 15 minutes and the 5 minutes. Clearly, we have to wait for that as well. So once again, we need to make sure the body of the candle breaks through that support and resistance line. So ladies and gentlemen, that is Euro JPY. This is the live market analysis. And so we are now through with analyzing the Euro JPY pair. So it's at this point, if you have any questions, any comments, any testimonies, we welcome that. We're almost at the top of the hour. Almost at the top of the hour. So, yes, we are. So just let me quickly have a look. We have probably a minute. Let me look. 𝐤𝐸𝐷JPY is doing pretty much the same. So we need to still wait a little bit. And let's see, AUD, pretty much they're all doing the same thing. So we just need to wait. Oh, how do you join the academy? Can you DM me and I will tell you how to? That will be my joy. So, yes, can you DM me? I see your message. You can DM me. Okay, so great. We are going to bring the call to a close. But yes, we have analyzed Euro JPY, NZD JPY, AUD JPY. All 3 currency pairs have been analyzed. And we have to say we had a great morning analyzing trades and we are live in the market. We look forward to seeing you at a later time this morning. And that's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our advanced call with our very own lovely Mr. Genesis Patton. So it's at this time I would like to thank you all for joining our live market analysis call. And this officially ends this call. And thank you for thanking me.